Okay. Hello, everyone. Okay. Hope everyone's having a great weekend today. Okay. Here we go. Hello, guys. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's having a great day today. The next part of Black Ops 6 will either be out tonight or tomorrow because I had an incident with Black Ops 6. I was doing the Saddam Hussein Palace mission, and when I was doing that, my game crashed, and what it did was it corrupted my save. And I had to basically get all the way back up to the part where I'm at now. So I'm finally, you know, back to where I was, but it was a bit annoying when I was doing World at War in San Andreas at the same time that happened. Okay. Okay.
Who the hell are you?
Oh, hang on. Oh, I was pissed. I was annoyed, and honestly, what I'll tell you, what annoyed me so much, Mobinator, I think you have to leave one of your active posses. What annoyed me so much about restarting Black Ops 6, it wasn't even the redoing the missions. What annoyed me is that I had to find all the money again. That's what annoyed me. It happened to Penguins too? Oh, his save got corrupted as well. And the really crappy thing is I didn't have the online backup saves on. So that's what really sucked. But I'm back to where I was. When will I do Watch Dogs Bad Blood? Thank you, Alex Villager. Maybe I could fit it in near the end of November or maybe December, because November and December, November we're gonna be focusing on San Andreas and Yakuza 0. So Yakuza 0 and San Andreas, what we're doing in November. That's what those games. What's wrong, Makarov? Who wins, Trevor or Avon? But I promise you guys, I will have the next part of Black Ops 6 either tonight or tomorrow. If it's not up tonight, it's gonna be tomorrow. Promise that. No, I don't hate you, Own Titan. Why would you think that? New Ace Attorney when? I might say that for December. Because I just want to have one playthrough going at a time. The Ace Attorney Investigations, I definitely want to play that. It's okay, Makarov. I'm back to where I was now. Pro, last time I watched you had 200,000 subs. Insane to see you at 1 million now. Good for you. Thank you, Blue. Thanks, man. How many hours do you think you have in GT Online? Like 490 days. Okay. Life is going good, Rashad. It's okay, Mobinator, but I'm gonna invite you right after this, this bounty now. My least favorite GTA 4 mission? Oh, I don't know what to think about that one. This mission, we gotta be quick, because I know that the... The timer on this mission is really low, I know that. How was Better Call Saul for you? Oh, I didn't really get the chance to watch it. I've seen clips of it before, but... thank you, Pizza Zombie Animations. Why didn't the Soviets get prosecuted for their war crimes after World War II? Well, there really wasn't anyone to prosecute them. It's like, it's their whole government. It's like their whole government occupied Eastern Europe, so there was really no one to prosecute them for. I mean, the Soviets weren't as bad as the Nazis, but they did commit numerous crimes in Eastern Europe. Oh, great. 1 minute and 50 seconds. Oh, this is wonderful, this. Thank you, Mr. Jesus. Okay, 1 minute and 40 seconds. Okay, I gotta really rush on this. My least favorite mission in GTA 4. I don't know. Like, I know some people say the snowstorm, but I actually don't mind the snowstorm. I don't know. I have to think about that one. Yeehaw. Oh, thank you, somebody. Thank you for sponsoring my channel for 3 months. Thanks, man. Okay. 30 seconds left, okay. Okay, we're good. Did I see that video? No, I didn't look at it, Mario. I can look at it afterwards. Thank you for the super chat. But I did hear the news stories about that. You know, whoever did that is like, whoever is doing that is like setting like ballot boxes on fire. That person should be in prison for years. That's Phil dies during Catch the Wave? I've never really had him die during that. Do I believe in second chances? For the most part, yeah. You know, I generally believe in second chances, but there are certain things that I don't think people deserve second chances for. If it's a murder, no. If it's rape, no. If it's any kind of child molestation, no. If it's any kind of crime that involved permanently crippling somebody, no. So it really depends on what they did. So I'm generally open to like second chances, but if it's like something like really extreme, then no. Yakuza is over the top insane. What do you mean by that? Do I believe in God? I'm an agnostic. I don't know that for when, where is that, Martin? The first location I don't know. Chicago I know, but... Worst mission in Liberty City Stories, maybe it's the mission for Donald Love where you have to stop all those vans. For GTA 3, the worst mission in GTA 3, probably Sam. Yes, SAM, Sam. I wouldn't want to be a police officer in general anymore. You know, I have a lot of, uh, I know, what is it, I'll tell you this. I have a lot of respect for law enforcement. You know, that's what I graduated in, had a bachelor's degree in, law enforcement technology. But I will say that, I would not want to be a police officer myself, you know, anymore. I just wouldn't want to deal with it. You know, the stress, you know, having to deal with these crazy bad people, you never know what kind of situation you're getting into. It's also the fact that the public largely has, like, a negative view of law enforcement and treats law enforcement badly. Yeah. I know there's bad cops out there, don't get me wrong, but most cops are good people, and I think that a lot of, you know, good cops get accused of being bad cops, because of just, those bad people that get a lot of publicity. What's your view on vigilantism? Vigilantism usually happens in places where either the police is corrupt or incompetent. So it's usually one of the two. It's either where the police doesn't know what they're doing, or they, or there's, corruption. Yeah, maybe I'll play The Last of Us one day. Is Alien Tears based off a real person? No. I played Metro 2033 and Last Light, but I didn't play Exodus. Should vigilantism be legalized? Just curious, no. Because if vigilantism is legalized, what happens is, it's gonna, everybody has their own different, definition of vigilantism. That's what people don't understand. So somebody might consider something vigilante, another person might not consider it vigilante. So it would just, you know, be endless violence. Do I prefer Red Dead or GTA? GTA, but I like Red Dead too. Hey man, hey Squid, how are you? I don't know, Zach. Sell moonshine? We could after this, yeah. Could do that after this. I feel like Strangers and Freaks mission on GTA 6 gonna have hint on Dexter to show Psycho Cop. Have you lured people to kill them, have their blood? Honestly, I think that GTA 6 is gonna be probably less dark than some of the other, you know, games. That's what I think. I think it's just, I think political correctness will have an effect on it. Thank you, Urban, for the super chat. When's the next part of San Andreas? Also tomorrow. They was working on the tires. That's all that was took. Yeah, that I remember that LA Noire. Yep. What happened to Albert Speer after World War II? He was arrested, and he was charged with using slave labor from concentration camps, and he was the only he was really one of the only top Nazis that didn't get hung. He got 20 years in prison, and the only reason he was spared from execution was because he disobeyed Hitler's Nero decree order. So he refused to destroy German infrastructure for Hitler, so he disobeyed Hitler in the last few months of the war, and that's why he wasn't hanged. But Speer was not a good man, though. He wasn't as evil as Hitler, but he was still not a good man. He used slave labor in his, he did use slave labor for his projects. Hello everyone, been a while. Hope everyone is well. This year's been crazy. Can't wait to see your Yakuza 0 playthrough. A masterpiece. Well, thank you, George. Thanks for the super chat. Who used slave labor? Albert Speer. He was a top... people are asking about him because my last part of World at War, I talked a little bit about Albert Speer and how he disobeyed Hitler's Nero Decree. But he was a top Nazi that disobeyed, like, Hitler's order to destroy German infrastructure, and because of that, he was spared from execution. Pro honors us with a Friday night stream event for streaming on Halloween. We are very blessed. Thank you, Amateur. Thank you for the super chat, man. Any update on this month? Expect Yakuza 0 playthrough this time. Hey, Ronan. Basically, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish World at War. World at War only has 2 parts left. And then Black Ops 6, and then we're gonna focus on San Andreas. And when I get through the majority of San Andreas, we'll start Yakuza 0. So, and San Andreas, I should be able to knock out San Andreas pretty quickly, because I'll have like a part out every day of it. So we should be able to get through pretty quickly. And the moment San Andreas is done, we'll start Yakuza 0. You have my word on that. Hey, Pro, your videos and copious amounts of hard liquor help me throughout the stress of the job watch. Well, thank you, James Sotelo. Thank you for the super chat. Hey, Golden. Oh, you changed your avatar. You know, your name. Golden Silverhand now. Favorite radio station in San Andreas? Probably, Radio Los Santos. Reddit Online is fun with friends, like when I'm streaming and talking to you guys, but if I was playing by myself, I'd probably get bored of this game. But it's Rockstar's fault. They abandoned this game. What is the game that allows you to kill Hitler in many different ways? Sniper Elite. And here's the funny thing is, Sniper Elite Resistance is coming out in January. It's going to have another Kill Hitler mission. So there's a Kill Hitler mission in every single game. What is the funnest playthrough you have done on the channel? What was my favorite playthrough to do on the channel? My favorite one. Probably GTA 4. Yeah, probably GTA 4 is probably my favorite one. And GTA 4, I think, is my most popular series on the channel. I think it has the more views than any other playthrough I've done.
They beg for their life yet? It's like music to me, I swear. That's your due.
Oh yeah, Ballad of Gay Tony was pretty fun too. Which game has the best story, San Andreas or Saints Row 2? Probably San Andreas, because the story in San Andreas is longer overall. But Saints Row 2's story is pretty good too. But didn't you say before your Bully playthrough done really well? Yeah, Bully playthrough did really well, but San Andreas still did the best one, I think. I got up to the part with Saddam's Palace in Black Ops 6. That's basically where I got up to. But I'm enjoying it. The campaign, I'll tell you, is already way better than Modern Warfare 3. Like, Modern Warfare 3 was terrible. That was a terrible campaign. I'm concerned with copyright, Zach. What's the deal with Truth and the mysterious vans in Wear Flowers in Your Hair mission? The thing about that is, I was considering doing a lore video about that specific subject. It's like, what are those vans? that Truth is following, or like has CJ follow around, like what those vans are. And I don't know if there's really any material to make a video on that with. I don't know if there's really anything really to cover with that. I don't. I don't know if there's really any I'd have to, you know, go back and replay that mission, but he sent me to kill one man. They knew what was coming, Sonny. Bully storyline was pretty good. Nice cosplay, thank you. Were you in a 1993 Crown Victoria? No. Yeah. And the way I see it is, if the song is in the game, you should be able to do it in a playthrough. Use it in a playthrough. That's what I would say about that. No, I've never played Red Dead Revolver. No, I've never been to Ireland. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing a Black Ops 1 playthrough still. Did I hear about BattleEye, the anti-cheat system? Thank you, Mythagoras. What happened with it now? Have you heard it's an Outlast movie? Is that real? Is that real? Is there really gonna be an Outlast movie? Did I know the Japanese merchant ships in World at War had American POWs? That I didn't know, James. But the thing is, a plane like the Black Cats would have no idea on that. The two video game movies that I'm really looking forward to is, I'm really looking forward to the Watch Dogs movie and also Fallout Season 2, but that's more of a TV show. Do you plan on playing any more horror games on the channel? I really enjoyed yesterday's horror stream. Thank you, Aternus. Yeah, we could play some other stuff too. I know people kept asking me, can I do the other Fears to Fathom games? But I'll see then. There's people that were telling me, can you play the... A lot of people kept telling me, can you play the Cult episode yesterday? So people kept telling me on the Fears to Fathom thing, play the Cult one. Okay, here we go. Is there even 100% for Saints Row 1? I think there is. You just can't complete the final mission. Well, the thing is, though, Watch Dogs' survival is based on that movie. If that movie does really well, expect Watch Dogs 3 to come out. If that movie fails, Watch Dogs is finished. It's never coming back.
so goddamn cold in here. I can't stand it. Carajo. I ought to start drinking. Before I get drunk, okay, here's the job for you. Some fools ain't been paying Flaco his piece. And that ain't a smart thing to do.
Have you ever seen the theory where people say that Brad is actually the father of Michael's kids? Oh my god, that sounds so
Wipe out
stupid.
everything they got. Maybe they don't disrespect again. Quick. And stay warm.
Do I know that Mexicans are the original cowboys? Los Vaqueros, I think. That's in Spanish, the cowboys. Yes, the cowboy culture originated in Mexico, I believe. And it got popular in Texas for like Americans who adopted it in Texas, and then it spread to other states. Favorite vampire movie? I haven't really watched any vampire movies, but if I'd have to watch, it would be Dracula, the one that came out a couple years ago when he fought the Ottomans. That one was pretty good. I seen that one. Most evil GTA protagonist, Claude. You cannot snow in this weather. I mean, it cannot rain in this weather. Oh, by the way, has anybody ever seen the crime movie called Lord of War? Anybody's ever seen Lord of War here in the chat? With Nicolas Cage, where he plays as the Ukrainian arms dealer in the movie. Well, about Lord of War 2 is actually coming out next year. I'm not lying on that, it is. You can look it up. Nicolas Cage is recording. He's coming back as Yuri. So Lord of War 2 is going to come out next year. I'm looking forward to that movie. I am. Because I really like Lord of War 1. So it's 20 years later we get a sequel. But I really hope it doesn't suck. I really hope they don't ruin it. So I did really like Lord of War 1. And hopefully Lord of War 2 is good. My PSN is Marbly 15. Oh, okay. I can add you after the stream, Enrique. Thank you for the super chat. I just can't add people during the stream, but I can add you after the stream. Thank you. What would it be about? The only thing I read is that Yuri has a son in that movie. That's the only thing I read about that. Get on out of here. What's the coolest game? The largest donation I remember receiving, I had gotten a $500 donation once from Shuey. That's, I think, the largest donation I've gotten. Will I play Black Ops 6 Zombies? It's actually very good. I played it before, yeah. It's actually pretty good, Zolpy Dem. Thank you, man, for the super chat. Thanks. Yeah, it was from Shuey, the, Mikey. That's who, yeah. Yeah, he was, Have I heard about Sindako Chronicles? Yes. This is my first stream. Well, hello, Mola, hi, if I'm reading your name correctly. What's your message, Zach? What is it? I guess, but he doesn't directly, but the way Tony sees it is they chose to take it, gods. Yeah, so that's what I'll say about it. I know that game. That's the Vietnam game, for, Fernando Juarez. I know, Mario. I know that trade was dumb. Have I ever played Soldier of Fortune? I know that game. That's an old, very old shooter game. I know that. It was on Xbox 360 and PS3, I think it was. Yes, I seen Behind Enemy Lines. I saw it even before GTA 4 came out too. My top 3 Call of Duty maps. I know this one might be controversial, but one of my favorite maps of all time is Block in Call of Duty 4. I just like 2 apartment buildings. Like, that one I liked a lot. I know people hated that map, but I actually liked that one. In World at War, I like that one industrial map. Like, the industrial map with all the tanks. I forget the name of that one. I guess they were expecting Sweet to be there, Josh. Roundhouse, yeah, that's it. What's your question, Mole? Mole, hi, if I'm reading your name correctly? You can call me, fan of Andy, Armas, okay. Oh, and right, you guys want me to check my moonshine. Hold on. Well, Bog, I didn't like Bog for Search and Destroy, though, Golden, because there were so many sweats on Bog on Search and Destroy. Oh, Castle was a great map. Yeah, Castle was good. Did Imperial Japan attempt to invade the Soviet Union in World War II? Imperial Japan, I know, did, they did consider invading parts of Siberia. I know they invaded parts of Siberia after the Russian Civil War. They did. The Soviet Union and Japan actually had a war, the Mongolian, border war conflicts. Just call me KG, okay. Oh yeah, Crash was a good one.
There are things you could do to lower the price, huh? This will be a little out of the ordinary, yes?
Didn't Japan claim an island in the north of Japan that once belonged to the Russians? Yes, South Sakhalin is what they took. They took that after the Russo-Japanese War, and then the Soviet Union took that back. I know that after World War II. Do I think that the Crash unit was corrupt in real life? Oh, of course it was, yeah. Crash actually had multiple corruption scandals. Yes, it was a corrupt unit in real life. Yeah, Halloween was fun. What are we gonna do now? Did I give out candy yesterday? No, what I usually do is I, outside my apartment is I just leave, I leave a bowl of candy, and I put in, like, you know, so much candy in that. That's usually what I do on Halloween. And half the bowl was empty when I checked that, when I came to collect it. But what was it? My parents, on the other hand, they left a bowl outside their house, for Halloween, and the entire bowl was gone. So, like, the bowl was still there, but everything in it was gone. Like, it was all, and the thing is, it was gone early in the day, so, like, apparently, you know, one group took everything. I'm so tired, I'll get some rest then. What are your thoughts on Monero, if you know you? Wait, what? Can you explain a little bit more, Koja? What? What's that? I can't super chat for some reason. It's okay, Semi. On your streams, you always look and sound so tired. I'm not tired. Privacy currency? Oh, it's crypto. Oh, if it's a form of cryptocurrency, no, I don't like crypto. Crypto for me is like, yeah, crypto for me is, just risky. No, I don't like it. No, I don't think Wei would ever turn intentionally to crime. He would use crime to stop crime, but I don't think he would do crime for, like, you know, for himself. No, Sammy, I see your comments, but it's a lot of people that are commenting at once. You're a very moral, noble guy. Rare thing these days. Thank you, James. Because I said hello, you didn't respond, and there was a lot of people. Oh, Sammy, I just didn't see your comment, man. Oh, I gotta feed my horse, right? I remember watching these streams back in 2020. Yeah, time flies, doesn't it? Thanks for your content. Keep up the good work. Looking forward to the next GTA San Andreas playthrough. Thank you, Josh. Thanks, man. What car brand would I bring back? I don't know. I don't know that much about cars. Least violent games you consider playing on the channel? The least violent game I think I've ever played on the channel is probably Mega Man Legends, but even Ace Attorney was violent. Even though you didn't engage in the violence in Ace Attorney, as you saw, like, there was murders in the game.
Oh, damn it!
My favorite Call of Duty Zombies map?
Oh, hell no.
Probably 5. Yeah, I liked 5 a lot.
Untie these ropes! Please, God! I'll find you! Oh, shit! Come on.
Why don't I play GTA San Andreas the Definitive Edition? Well, because people wanted me to play the original. That's what people kept asking for. Worst Call of Duty map? I don't know. Okay,
Untie me! Right goddamn now!
yeah, you remember that line, that part, yeah. I'm thinking about turning that into a short when CJ flew across the island. That was the most ridiculous death I think I've ever seen.
Ah, hell.
Yes, I'll do a review on the PS5 Pro. Yes, I'll do it.
Cocksucker!
Remember when Ryder killed himself? Yep, that was funny too. What even caused that? I don't know. But remember all the wanted posters Rockstar had? Some of them, the GTA 4 characters right before the game came out. There's one Nico that I wish I got, but it's really hard to get now. You know, one thing that I have that's gold and that's impossible to get right now is I have the certificate from Rockstar for 100% completion in GTA 4. That's impossible to get now. You can't get that anymore. Nowhere. The certificate is basically, once you complete GTA 400%, you have to log into a social club, and you could print out, like, this certificate, which tells you how long it took you to get 100% completion on GTA 4, and now you can't get those anymore. I have that, actually, still. Thank you, Josh King, for sponsoring my channel for a year and 3 months. Thank you, man. You should hang it on your wall. I actually have it in a frame, but it's not hanging on my wall. Show it to us, please. I can't because it's in my room in my parents' house in New York, but I did actually show it in a video. If you go on my channel and you look up GTA 4 Unboxing Collector's Edition, I actually show the certificate in that too. I'll actually hang on. I'll actually find the video here for you guys. Okay. Hang on 1 second here. Here we go. That's me unboxing the collector's edition, and you also see the certificate for 100% completion in there. True Crime, yes, that's a game to play on the channel. And also the Warriors. I know people really want me to play the Warriors, so that's a requested game too, I know that. Which GTA San Andreas character do you think you could win a foot race against? You can't say Big Smoke. Zero. I think I could beat Zero in a foot race. Okay. When under 10 minutes, we'll deliver the target under 10 minutes. You told you what? Wait, what, Sammy? I've gotten all 200 of those birds on my GTA 4 save. That was very time-consuming, and I even got busted by the cops once while doing that. You told me all the games you're playing next year in 2025. Well, I have a lot of games to play, and we can fit a lot more games in there, too.
Not good.
How many videos did your mom help you out with? With all the unboxing videos she always helped me out with. She was very helpful and helped me out a great deal in recording on those videos.
There. Good old-fashioned blood money.
Okay. Okay, let's go to a different part of the map. Is Dutch a traitor? Yeah, I mean, he screwed over John Marston, too, and Arthur. No, I don't wear glasses. Will I ever play Yakuza? Yeah, Yakuza 0 is going to be next after San Andreas. So it's going to be November, this month. Kind of crazy, it's already November. You know, Sweet in GTA San Andreas, he's a bad temper. Oh yeah, Agent Reaper. But I think a lot of people, like falsely, you know, don't understand like Sweet. Where Sweet is actually a pretty honorable guy. Like Sweet would rather go to prison for life than like betray his friends. That's the type of guy that Sweet is.
You ain't the superstitious type.
Thank you, Agent Reaper. Follow a new Dempstering cheat in Red Dead Redemption. What's that? Thank you, Kojo, for the super chat. Paid killing.
Okay.
Not really, Gazala. It's not really... Where I'm at, it's 39 degrees right now, so it's not... I don't consider that cold. In Yakuza 3, the main antagonist...
Killing men. Gamblers who push their luck a spin.
Oh, okay, Gunner. Well, I'm going to be playing through Yakuza 0. I've never played the Yakuza games, but I'll be playing through them. The first one. People told me to start Yakuza 0, so that's what I'll play.
Next, he'll be on to me. Your first quarry, he's in the police station.
Do you know in San Andreas there's many unused dialogue lines in the games? There's a complete conversation between CJ and Big Smoke after CJ kills the running Vagos, which explains it. Oh, yeah. Crap. Nope, a witness again. Yeah, I'll play through Fallout New Vegas one day, just don't know when. Getting a lot of XP from this, okay. Jimmy lore video? I did mention Jimmy in my video on why does Trevor forgive Michael, but I don't know more than that there. My favorite radio station in all the GTA games, probably V-Rock and the Vice City games. Great way to level up playing on free aim to get tons of more XP. Sudden Strike, yes, I have Sudden Strikes 4 on my PlayStation, but I never really beat it that much. But I know the games. Hey Pro, good to see you. I love the Halloween stream. I sadly couldn't catch it live since I've got COVID 4 months already. Time flies. Oh, well, I hope you feel better. I hope you make a full recovery, Radiance Wig. And thank you for being a member for 4 months. Thank you, man. Free aim's a little difficult. What? There we go. I think I like Quiet Riot and Vice City. I think it's Come On Feel the Noise. I think that's the name of the song. I like that one a lot. Hello, been watching for years. Hey, Khan, how are you, man? What's my favorite on-rails shooter? What do you mean by on-rails? You mean like linear? What does that mean on rails? Oh, it's a cover song. Oh. Oh, the arcade games. Either Time Crisis or the Terminator games. There was one Terminator game that was really good. I used to play it on the arcade a lot. That was, I used to play it at arcade. That was kind of fun. No, I mean, don't say that, fan. I mean, that's, life is worth living. I mean, you know, don't talk like that, man. Was that Red Dead Redemption 1 music? I don't know. I'm not sure. Can you post your message again, Zach? What do I know about the My Lai massacre? Well, the My Lai massacre was the that was the worst massacre that the U.S. did during the Vietnam War, and I know that the soldiers that were involved in that fully didn't get punished. There was an American pilot that tried to stop it, though. Pearl seems to be incredibly good at making money in any game he plays. It's fascinating. Well, thank you, Raiden Swig. I've been watching you since I was 17. I'm 25 now, so happy to see your success, man. You deserve every bit of it. Thank you, Mark. Well, there's friends and there's probably family members that care about you, fan. I mean, don't talk like that. In Vietnam, they taught us that the Soviets liberated Eastern Europe and that they were defenders of peace during the Cold War. It didn't take long for me to call BS on that. The Soviet Union was very helpful in helping to defeat Nazi Germany. They had the biggest battles against Nazi Germany, but even though they were of great help in helping to defeat Nazi Germany, they weren't necessarily liberators, because all they basically did was they replaced the Nazi regime with their own regime. And, like, if you talk to, like, Polish people, for example, like, most Polish people will tell you that they absolutely hate the Soviet Union. Oh, and, Gunner, about this, is in, in Poland, do you know what people actually use to describe the Soviet Union in Poland? They actually describe it as a continuation of the Russian Empire. Basically, like another version of the Russian Empire. That's how Poles basically see the Soviet Union. And a lot of times, Polish people will actually use the term Soviet imperialism. Polish people actually say that a lot. And I wonder how those teachers in Vietnam would feel about that if, like, Polish people actually said Soviet imperialism. They probably would argue with that, or they would probably, like, make up some excuse. When you really think about it, the Soviet Union really is the Russian Empire. The only difference is a different government. It's the only difference, but it's another Russian Empire. Oh, crap. I like the hat that you're wearing. Thank you. Maybe one day I could play Sudden Strikes 4. Yeah, there are people who care about you, fan. It's like, you know, don't talk like that. It's, you know, life is worth living. I hope that everything is okay with your mom. I did enjoy Metal Gear Solid 1. Crap, more coming in. But I mean, Gunner, how would those Vietnamese teachers like react if like Polish people said like Soviet imperialism, for example? Because that when you really think about it, that's pretty much what the Soviet Union was, very much an imperialist power. And what I will say is, it's kind of ironic how the Soviet Union kept constantly complaining about imperialism. Like if you look at their government, like during the Cold War, there was imperialism this, Western imperialism. Like they would constantly say that Western-backed imperialism, capitalist imperialism. Like constantly they would say the same thing over and over again. But last time I checked, the Soviet Union was occupying foreign lands: Poland, Czechoslovakia, Hungary, East Germany. So is that not imperialism? Them occupying and controlling governments and creating puppet governments. That is pretty much imperialism. So yeah, they were pretty much doing the thing that they were accusing the West of doing. Oh, you have the target on the horse. Okay, cool. Wait, what's up, Mark? Yeah, I will play Metal Gear Solid 2, yes. Still know when, but I'll play it. I have a really rare GTA 4 collectible. It's a gold spoon that was a promo item when GTA 4 The Ballad of Gay Tony came out. It's really rare. Oh, I'd never heard of it, though. This man is insulting you and your mods pro. That's what. Who's insulting me? What? No, I don't use TikTok. What did this Japanese emperor do after World War II? Well, he was allowed to stay. It was like more of a ceremonial role, but he was still allowed to stay. I don't know if the Japanese emperor really has any power. I think it's mostly ceremonial. I'd have to look that up. If they can actually do anything. I'm not sure on that. That I don't know. But fan, I hope that everything's okay with you, and if you ever need somebody to talk to, you can talk to me. Were there any U.S. government officials that were keeping an eye on Hirohito? Sure. But honestly, the U.S. government was more concerned with communists infiltrating Japan than, like, keeping an eye on Hirohito. What do you think of the native boarding schools in the U.S. and Canada back in the 19th and 20th century? Well, they were wrong. You know, taking people away from their, you know, their homes, and, you know, trying to push a different culture on them. You could argue it's kidnapping, too. Thank you, Mark. Any advice not to get bored? On the best thing I can do when I'm bored, I like to talk to my friends on PlayStation. So when I'm you know, bored, that's what I like to do, is talk to my friends on PlayStation.
Gag 'em, would you? All got filthy mouths, these bounties. This is yours.
But I'm curious on one thing. Gunner, in Vietnam, do they teach you in the education system about the atrocities that, like, Stalin committed, like the Gulag system? Like, do you learn about that? They probably paint Stalin in a more positive light, but it's... Did you know that there's an Easter eggs to other GTA games, GTA 5? If I go to the Yellow Jack and bar, you can see a picture of Nico, and there's another GTA character on one of the dollar bills, huh? If I had to move to Europe, which country would I choose? Well, 3 countries. One of them I speak the language, the other 2 I don't. Basically either Poland, or my parents' home country, Finland, or Switzerland. And Fan, are you still here? Are you going to be okay? Okay, yeah, I live in Switzerland. It's a lot better than Ireland, and it's a beautiful country. Well, the reason I like Switzerland is because Switzerland is a Switzerland is a mountainous country, which I like the mountains. Switzerland also has, while it doesn't have necessarily low taxes, it has low taxes compared to other countries. Switzerland has a direct democracy system where a lot of other European countries do not have that. Switzerland also has gun rights, which I like. So it's so I would probably choose Switzerland. That's probably where I would choose. I also like how Switzerland is a neutral country. That I also like too. So it's probably Switzerland is yeah, probably the country I would choose. Did they, are you taught in Vietnam about the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact? How, like, Stalin had, like, a pact with Hitler, and then Hitler betrayed him? Because that's the part of history that, like, a lot of communists ignore. They ignore that part of history that, like, Stalin had, like, a pact with Hitler, and, like, the Soviet Union literally divided up Poland with, the Nazis. Okay, let's see here, oh, crap. I don't know, how many, is the creator of it, like, generally okay with copyright stuff, Zach? No, we weren't taught that in school. We were taught that the Germans invaded Poland, didn't even mention the Soviets. Alright, do you know what are you guys taught about the Katyn Massacre? About that? That's like one of the worst atrocities that the Soviet Union committed against Poland. I choose Switzerland because you don't have to pay much on taxes, and also you can own a gun inside your home too, and I like to feel safe in my home. Well, Switzerland can be an expensive country, but if you compare it to a lot of other European countries, it is low in taxation. If you compare it to a lot of other countries, while it might be high in taxes, it's much lower compared to a lot of other European countries. Well, yeah, Switzerland isn't in the EU also. You're right on that, Kojo, yes. But the ridiculous thing about the EU is that the EU constantly pressures Switzerland to join the EU. And the thing is, Switzerland has been very compromising with the EU. They've agreed to a lot of their regulations and a lot of their policies that Switzerland has agreed to. But despite Switzerland agreeing to that, the EU constantly harasses them and pressures them to join when they don't want to. The majority of Swiss people don't want to join they don't want to join the EU. And yeah, that's what I'll say about Switzerland is. And also, if Switzerland joined the EU, it would lose three things. The first thing that it would lose its neutrality, which it could not be a neutral country if it would join the EU. The second thing it would lose is it would probably lose its gun rights, because a lot of the EU has actually policies, like universal policies on like firearm laws that countries have to follow. And the third thing that it would lose is it would lose its direct democracy, because the direct democracy system, the EU does not support direct democracy. They support more of a republic system, so they would not support the direct democracy system that Switzerland has. So honestly, it's better for Switzerland to stay out of the EU, because joining the EU would cause it so many problems. In GTA Vice City, doing 100% completion, they send trophy, done it all, I prefer said the world is yours, base of Scarface. Yeah, but I mean, I guess the reason they didn't make the trophy that, because even though Vice City is kind of based on Scarface, I guess because people would probably complain, or, you know, saying like that, the world is yours. Thank you, Agent Reaper. I didn't know about that, Mario. I don't know which ones. I would have to do research. I don't know what I don't know Canadian history that well on that, so I don't know. I'd have to research all of that. Do you speak English or Polish when speaking to your parents? Good question. Both. My parents when they speak to me, they speak Polish, which is a combination of English and Polish. So what my parents will do is my parents will basically say half the sentence in Polish and half the sentence in English. That's how I talk to my parents. It's like half the sentences in Polish, half the sentences in English. That's just the way they talk and the way I talk back to them. We understand each other perfectly, though. But what I will say about that is that's not uncommon, though. I know a lot of immigrant households, they actually talk like that. They talk like half of their, native language and then half English in the same sentence. No, it's not necessarily harder because we understand everything that we're saying. One of my best friends that I grew up with, his parents are from the Dominican Republic, and they speak to him just like my parents speak to me. The only difference is they speak, instead of Polish, they speak half the sentence in Spanish and half the sentence in English. So I know that a lot of immigrant families do that. Us Greeks have the same way, we call it Gringlish. That's a no-no. They don't teach about Soviet atrocities like the Katyn massacre because that'll ruin the beautiful image of the USSR in the history books. What I wonder is I wonder how those like communist like professors in Vietnam would react if like a Polish person said like Soviet imperialism or they said like Soviet colonialism. I wonder how they would react to that if a Polish person said that, because they would probably be in complete denial about that. They would probably try to tell a Polish person that what they experienced wasn't imperialism but liberation. That's probably what they would tell a Polish person. So like these communist professors in Vietnam like just indoctrinating kids into that, it's horrible. Oh crap. Oh, you guys saw that shot? That was a good shot right there. That was free aim too. You're a good YouTuber, thank you. Okay, Zach. Our country is called USSR, and Russia, a great friend. They helped us in many wars. Well, what country are you from, fan? And let me spawn my camp here. What would you think if the USSR reformed today? It's impossible. The USSR is never going to come back. The only way something like the USSR could come back is if like Russia conquered territories, but there's no way that like countries are gonna rejoin in like a union of Russia. It's just not gonna happen. Did your mom see your college? Is college worth a video? No, I don't think so. My parents don't watch any of my YouTube channel. Like they're aware of it, but they don't watch any of my videos. And the reason for that is because my parents don't like video games. Like, they just don't. They're proud of me, but they just don't like video games in general. And that's 90% of my content is video games. The only videos on my channel that my father has watched is he's watched the videos when I do the real life locations in video games. That's the only ones he watches. He doesn't watch anything else. What about channel update videos? No, I don't think they watch that. Oh, come on, what's my horse doing right now? Oh, about the scammers video, my mom did see one of the scammers video, and my mom's like, My mom basically said is like, be careful pissing off the scammers. Is like they could track you down and hurt you and like, stuff like that. And I was like, no, I'm not worried about them. It's like this. They're not gonna track me. Is like I'm not gonna click on any of their links and stuff like that. And even so, like I highly doubt they would come from their countries and like come all the way here. That's like I'm not scared of them at all. Did anyone ever see that scammer video, like the one where I was pretending to be the old man, and what happened was like at the end of the video, I just confronted the scammer in my regular voice, and I told the scammer his location, his country. I told the scammer that I'm gonna contact the cyber police, and I explained I knew how the whole scam worked, and he just panicked and hung up. Did anyone see that video where I freaked the scammer out? But yeah, I haven't done like one of those scammer videos in like a long time. It's like 7 months ago or so. It was April, I think, was the last time I did one like that. So it's yeah, when I will if I come across any of those annoying scams, I'll be sure to annoy them. But I haven't seen one in some time. I know people want a scammer video again, like they want me to do another one pissing them off. I'll see if I can do one in November. I'll try to think of a scammer I can find. So I'll look around, see if I can find anything, and, yeah. I know there's, like, there are websites out there that you can, like, look up where, like, they just post scammer numbers and you can just call them and annoy them. You think GTA 6 should bring, parlaying from Red Dead Redemption 2? Oh, yeah, 100%. I don't want, I don't want to deal with, like, idiots, like, harassing me in, like, sessions when I'm doing stuff in GTA 6. I belong to India, and Russia, USSR, helped us during Kargil War with sending their navy fleet. Pakistan, USA and Britain, cornered us. USA didn't help us in any ways. Well, Fan, here's what I'll say about that. You're talking about you're talking about when Pakistan invaded, Bangladesh. That's what you're talking about. And you're talking about how the US supported Pakistan. I will say as an American, it was wrong for, like, the US to support Pakistan in that conflict. India was right in that conflict, and Pakistan had committed horrible, like, genocide in Bangladesh. So I will say as an American, it was wrong for, the US to, support Pakistan in that conflict. But I'll also say about this is the Soviet Union did not help India out of the kindness of their hearts. The reason that they helped India was primarily because the US helped Pakistan. That was the primary reason. The Soviet Union eventually, what they wanted to do is they wanted to make India into a puppet communist state. That was their ultimate goal, is they supported communist politicians, and they would have supported a communist civil war in India. The Soviet Union hated communist China, and they wanted India to become another communist country so that they could corner China in. That was pretty much their goal with backing India. So that's what I'll say about that, is that what I'll say also about the Soviet Union is at the same time that the Soviet Union was, like, helping India, it was committing horrible atrocities in, like, Eastern Europe. Like, if you look at, go on Google and type in, oh crap, I'm about to die right here, yep. I think I'm gonna die. Go on Google and type in Soviet invasion of Czechoslovakia. Type that in. And there was a bunch of pissed off college students that were just tired of the Soviet occupation of Czechoslovakia. The Soviets just came in with tanks and murdered them. That's what happened in the Soviet invasion in Czechoslovakia. The Soviets invaded Hungary when students revolted in Hungary. They invaded Hungary with tanks in 1956 also. So I get it that US and Indian are, see the Soviet Union positively because they helped India during that conflict. And it was wrong for the US to help Pakistan, I will concede that. But the Soviet Union was not helping India out of the kindness of their hearts. That's what I will say about that. So, the Soviet Union was not this ally to India that you might think it was. It was an authoritarian regime. So I hope that you, let me, understand that. I read your comment, the India comment. I seen it, Fan. Countries don't have friendship, just interest. Yeah, you're right, exactly, Mr. Junk. And also, the US did actually try to reach out to India, and they actually did try to help India, but this was in the 60s, in the 1960s when we had JFK. JFK actually tried to reach out to India, and when India was actually fighting a war with China. So there was a war with China. India and China had a war in the 1960s, and during that conflict, what happened was, I think people are intentionally blowing up the goods to troll here. But during that conflict is the United States tried to help India, but India wanted fighter jets to fight against the Chinese in that war, and JFK was willing to send fighter jets to India, but India wanted the fighter jets to be piloted by Americans. But JFK didn't want Americans to pilot the fighter jets. He was willing to give India the fighter jets to use against China, but he didn't want Americans to pilot it, because that would have been a bigger, you know, pretty much a war with China at that point, if Americans were flying those planes. I hope I answered your point there, fan. India appreciates U.S. culture of acting music. Yep. Honestly, I want to have better relations with India. I would support better relations with India. I think that these that the United States government can do better to improve relations with India, because I think it's poor right now. I would prefer if India was our major trading partner in Asia instead of China. I would much rather India be our main trading partner than China. Why do you prefer India over China? Why do I prefer dealing with India over China? Is because India is not interfering in American affairs, is not does not support does not have an authoritarian regime where like China is. So it's like that's what I would say about it is China interferes in American stuff a lot. Like I haven't seen India interfere in any like American affairs, but China interferes in American affairs all the time. So that's what I'll say about it. China is a one-party state. It's, in Poland, there is two names for Soviet Union, Radziecki and Sovietsky. Okay, go. Playing with free aim a little hard here. Also, I don't know if you know about this, fan, but basically the US had like a lot of artifacts that were stolen from India, and these artifacts, America didn't steal these artifacts. These artifacts were given to America by like other countries and sold to America by other countries, but America didn't know that those artifacts were stolen. And what happened was America returned a lot of those artifacts to India. So like in the last few years, America has returned like a lot of artifacts to India that was like stolen during colonialization. So hopefully that like improves relations and you know, helps improve relations between like India and America over time. I'd like to see you make history videos. You're better than a lot of teachers. Thank you, No. Thank you for the super chat. I think I probably would make history fun, but, that's what some people like about my World at War playthrough. They like watching it primarily for history. My night's going good, yeah. Does the Soviet Union exist in the GTA universe? Yes, it's mentioned in GTA 4 a lot. Also, Pavel mentions the Soviet Union in GTA 5. He does as well, so it's, yeah. Oh, Kane and Lynch were screwed. Wherever they would land, there would be like a million cops wherever they would land. They literally hijacked an airliner, so that's what I'll say about Kane and Lynch. Is they're pretty much screwed. Honestly, it was really stupid for Kane and Lynch to hijack a plane. The best way to escape China, they should have jumped onto like a they should have jumped on like a cargo ship, like stowed away on a cargo ship, and they should have paid the guy who like runs the ship. That's probably the best way to get out of China. Not on a plane, a cargo ship. Can I read your comment upside? Let me look, fan. We are working on it. Maybe one day it will happen. Is that the one? It's my birthday in 3 days. Happy birthday, hustler. The Black Ops campaign is good. It's fun. It's a good campaign. I visited China and was shocked how nice they treat Americans. Well, there's a difference between a government and the people. People in every country are generally very friendly, nice people. But governments are not always friendly and nice people. What is the punishment for traitors in China? Death penalty? Professional's the real professional. Thank you, man. Let me see, You made another comment, fan? Okay, hold on, let me look. Well, I don't know about that then, Mario, but if they did, that's horrible then. I know. British occupation was very hard for India, fan. I know that. But I will just say one thing is I've seen a few comments on like videos when they're like when people are discussing like when people are discussing colonialism in India, and I don't know why, but some comments that I've seen, people think that America colonized India. And I don't know why some people think that. Like, I've seen some ridiculous comments with that. But it was the British East India Company, not the American East India Company. But America had nothing to do with the colonization of India. But that was, I don't know why some people would say that in the comments. That's, I've seen comments before on that, specifically. Have I heard about Chinese diplomats interfering in Canada's election? Well, they don't just interfere in Canada's election, they interfere in American elections too. There was that one politician, that one congressman who had an affair with a Chinese spy. That happened. Do you know why Kosovo exists and why Serbia hates it? I don't know the full history. I know a little bit about it. Who am I voting for? I'm not saying that. I don't speak politics here. About the Kosovo thing, I don't know that much about Kosovo, but I know a little bit of it. What I know about Kosovo is I know Kosovo is a small country that is located to the south of Serbia. I think it's to the north of Albania. I think that most of the people that live in Kosovo are Albanians. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. Kosovo, Serbia does not recognize Kosovo. Serbia recognizes Kosovo as part of their country, but Albania recognizes it as an independent country. And there's like a massive conflict over that. I know Russia doesn't recognize Kosovo either. That I know also, but I don't know more than that. That I don't know. Wait, what's wrong, Arturo? But yeah, I don't know, I don't know who's right in that conflict. I don't know if Serbia is right or Albania is right. That I don't know. I'm not too knowledgeable about the whole Kosovo conflict, so I don't know. That's basically what I'll say about it. I don't want to take a side because I don't know much about the conflict. I just know it's an independent country, and I know Serbia doesn't recognize it. That's... Okay. Yeah, I'm on the side of peace. I don't want to take a side in any conflict. Well, well, no, I'm not judging. You know, I'm not judging, fan. There's, you know, there's dumb people in every country. My country, there's a lot of dumb people in America too. So it's like I'm not in. You know, don't worry about it, dude. It's Oh, it's Call of Duty 4's anniversary, huh? Do you think we were in Afghanistan way too long? Yes, but what I would say about that is the exit. The exit was really bad. Like that was handled really badly. Like, and the thing is, America could have done more to stop, you know, to prevent the Taliban from taking over Afghanistan. But that's like I will say is that the Afghanistan and excuse my language, but I call it the Afghanistan disaster. That's what I oftentimes call it, the Afghanistan disaster, because of just how badly it went. But that will go down in history as one of the biggest American military disasters ever. Like 100 years from now, when like historians are talking about like the biggest American military disasters, that Vietnam is going to be on that list, and then Afghanistan is going to be on that list too. So it's there's going to be it's definitely going to go down in history as one of the worst like American military disasters.
They are yours. Allez-y.
And don't get me wrong, I respect the soldiers. I support the soldiers 100%. I respect the soldiers. I admire the soldiers, but I hate the generals and the politicians. That's what I would say about it. The generals and the politicians I hate, but I respect the soldiers. I'm Pakistani, and you're right about how violent they are. There's so much corruption, and people who try to fix the country and system get jailed. I'm right about who? No. Thank you for the super chat. You don't have to super chat me again. If you could post another comment. But Pakistan does have a yeah, Pakistan does have a corruption problem. Let's get over to Blackwater Saloon here. Just, Brandon, just make sure you message me when your stream's going live. I'm good, Mad Attack. How are you? You're talking about the Pakistani government? No? I did 20 years in the can. I feel Leotardo. Okay, here we go. Crap. I lost some of the moonshine. Oh well. I don't know, Mr. Hopkins. I'll play Spec Ops The Line one day. I just don't know when. Let's play some poker here. Public buy-in. Do a public game here. Yeah, the rich and powerful prioritize, and some groups are prioritized more than others. Our prime minister candidate got imprisoned because he opposed them so much. Oh. Yeah. And let me ask you about this, like, no, are there any foreign governments that are, like, funding the Pakistani government, that are, like, backing them? Pro, read my comment, please. Okay, fan, let me look. Nico Bellic's line explains everything. Well, Nico Bellic fought in the, in History's Funnel Pro. Thank you, fan. Nico Bellic fought in the Bosnian War, I believe. Just above the last comment, wait, yeah, it's China. They're Pakistan's #1 ally. You're right on the money about them, yep. Yeah, there's a very big terrorist problem in Kashmir. I know about that, fan. But like, no, do you think that this is ever gonna change in Pakistan? Do you think that, like, oh, I'm gonna fold here. Do you think that people are ever going to, you know, get rid of the authoritarian government? Do you think it's ever gonna go away? I've actually seen that movie, fan. I've seen that whole movie. Okay, let me see here. Did I read your comments yet? Zach, there's just a lot of people that... Zach, can you just post your comment again? And thank you also for your super chats, No. I hope that everything is good in your country, and I hope that one day, you know, Pakistan is a free country with democracy, and there's no authoritarianism and corruption. Oh, I've never played those Life is Strange games. I know that they're I know that they are like RPGs, like kind of like you know, choice-based games. I'm gonna win this hand 100%. Oh, he's got an ace too, but... Yeah. There we go, 1. Honestly, I don't know. The people have made it clear that they hate the current Prime Minister and his policies, but they send military on them during protests. Hope it gets better sooner than later. I have no clue how to play poker. Basically, there are three cards put... Everyone gets 2 cards, and there's 3 cards put down. And those 3 cards are community cards. And after each turn, there's another card put down. There's 5 community cards in total. The goal of poker is to have the best hand, to matching the community cards. That's pretty much the goal of it. Well, thank you, fan. Pair of 7s. Will they ever play Call of Duty 3? It has the Polish Army. Yes, one day I'll play it fresh, AC. Okay, I'll see you, Brandon.
I swear I saw another Chinese sneaking out of the Grand Theater last week. I think they're watching the shows.
Well, good gracious.
Oh, no. Oh, great. I wish you well, fan. I hope everything is okay. I prefer blackjack. Yeah, I would probably prefer blackjack too.
What in the world is this place coming to?
I'll see you, Golden. Take care.
You take care.
I'm not much of a music guy. Bro, you really have a kind heart. Well, thank you. Do I speak Japanese? No, I don't. I don't speak Japanese. Well, Nico was originally supposed to play a Russian actor was supposed to play him, but he didn't want to do the role. Do I like Thai food? I don't think I've ever had Thai food. What would happen if North Korea's military were to kill Kim Jong-un themselves? Well, another general would just take over. Hey Patrick, what would happen if your half-brother finds out that you're a YouTuber? He probably would talk crap and probably spread rumors in the family. Probably that. My half-brother can be a very toxic person. King and a 3, okay. Would I ever own a rental in Poland? Maybe. How to deal with crap from toxic family members? Simple. Don't talk to them. Cut them off. I haven't seen my half-brother in, 15 years? Maybe more than that? It was a very long time ago. Oh. Probably World War II did happen in the GTA universe, Stratos. Don't worry about me, by the way. I live in the US. I just worry for some family members back home. Hope the corruption stops. Religion isn't a big factor, just so everyone knows. Okay, no. I hope that one day that Pakistan can be free from all this corruption and authoritarianism. I know that, Michael. Yep. Damn, 15 years, he might have changed by now. No. Because my half-brother, if he would have changed, my half-brother would have reached out to at least my father. He hasn't even called my father in years. What's your brother's problem? Oh, it's just, it's, what it basically is, it's just arrogance, and it's also jealousy, and it's, basically, the backstory here is that my father had another wife before, in the past, and that other wife was, like, really toxic to him, and he just couldn't take the relationship, and what he did was he divorced her. And my father still ended up supporting his, other children, my half-brother and my half-sister, but but she ended up creating all these rumors, all these ridiculous things, about him, like, just constantly talking behind his back, saying all these nasty things, and then later on he met my mother, which he had me, and, basically, my half-brother's mom had filled his head with, like, all this nonsense and, like, blamed me for the divorce, even though I wasn't even alive at the time when the divorce actually happened, and, like, they think that, basically, that I'm responsible for, like, the whole family falling apart, even though I didn't even exist at that time. So that's basically the whole backstory behind that. And so I'm not responsible for what happened when I wasn't alive, but that's, yes, he's extremely narcissistic. Very. The last time that the last time that I saw my half-brother, it was many, many years ago. It was like over a decade ago. And when he did visit, and he stayed at my house for a little bit, I remember he kept saying to my dad the same thing over and over again. And he kept saying to him, that, like, I make a lot of good money as a photographer now. I make better money than you. And the thing about this, it wasn't even like talking about it in, like, a way that would make a father proud. It was more just rubbing it in his face, just saying, oh, I make better money than you, I'm better than you, and, just like that, extremely narcissistic. And what ended up happening is, we went to a shopping mall, and when we went to a shopping mall, I remember that he basically started saying to my dad, oh, Dad, buy me this camera, get me this camera. This camera will help me with my photography job. And my dad basically said to him, you've been saying to me for days on how you're better than me, you make more money than me, and how, well off you are. Well, if you make such good money, then you don't need me to buy you a camera. And I remember he lost his crap. He flipped out, and he started saying, like, you don't care about me, you never cared about me, and blah, 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 this, and just going, like, you're a terrible father, you can't help your son out, and just, like, a bunch of stuff. After the entire visit, all he did was just brag about how much money he made, and then he expected my dad to buy him, like, an expensive camera that was hundreds of dollars. So that's the type of person that my half-brother is. It's, like, it's not worth, having a conversation with him. It's also, I will also say this about him is, he graduated in philosophy in college. That's what he graduated in. He got a degree in philosophy, and what he did was, all he did was he complained how he couldn't find a job. just constant complaining. I can't find a job. You know, I gotten my degree in philosophy. I should have a job. Well, it's like you got a degree in philosophy. It's like, what do you expect? I'm not saying that it's useless, but it's like there's very few places where you can get a job in philosophy. And so, like, he was just constantly saying, I got a degree in philosophy. I should have a job by now. It's like, no. And that's basically the type of person that he is. Gonna go to bed, pro. See you next time. I'll see you also. No, take care. Yeah, well, I haven't talked to him in over a decade, Hester, and I'm glad you know, I'm glad I haven't talked to him in over a decade. What would have happened if your other family members found out you were a YouTuber? Some of my family members can get really toxic. I'm not just talking about my half-brother's family, but I'm just saying is there are people in my family that would just basically like make fun of me, and they would basically say like oh, you know, he doesn't do anything serious. He just sits home. He lives off his parents and he plays video games. That's probably what people in my family would say when they don't even realize I live on my own. I own 2 rental properties and I do YouTube as a living. But that's what I would say is there would be people in my family that would make fun of me and talk behind my back if they knew I was a YouTuber. Oh, I missed a super chat. I'm sorry. Cuban Missile, thank you for the super chat. What's my favorite GTA San Andreas gang that's not Grove Street families? The Leones, probably, if you count them as a gang. Is your half-sister toxic too? Yeah, but not as bad as my half-brother. Well, there was really nothing for me to cut him off from because I never gave him money and I never really hanged out with him much. So I like he never bothered to reach out to me, and so I didn't ever bother to reach out to him. That's just the way it is. And I remember when I was like a teenager, because he's like 10 years older than me. I don't even remember the year that he's born, but he's like 10 years older than me. I think even 15 years older than me. But my father, when I was a teenager, my father tried really badly for me to get along with him, and it didn't work out. What happened was my dad would make me call him on his birthday, and I told my dad, I'm like, you know, he's not gonna call me on my birthday. And my dad's like, you never know, you know, call him, you'll see. And I called him on his birthday, and he thanked me. He quickly hung up. He didn't even want to talk. And then when it was my birthday, he didn't call. And I told my dad, I'm like, Dad, you see, he didn't call me on my birthday. And my dad basically said, I guess you're right. You don't have to call him anymore. If you're the professional, does that mean your half-brother's the amateur? Well, no. No, I wasn't born in Poland. Yes, he did, but my dad took it back from him, Wasabi guy.
The first time.
5 and 8. Let's see what we got here. No matching cards. Oh, thank you. How do I read your name? It's Greek, by the way, right? How do I read that name? What character is the most bloodthirsty in GTA 5? Michael, Trevor, Franklin, or the online character? That's a good question. The online character probably. They've probably killed the most amount of people. Yes, Curiosity. It will be this November. Maybe one day, Zach, I could do it. We're even in Poland. 2010 is the last time I was in Poland. Hey, happy birthday, but how do I read your name? Pro, I'm a single child. My father died in a train accident. My mother is on a deathbed. My relatives are mean. I cut them off a long time ago. They won't be even seeing my mother's rituals. Oh, I'm sorry, fan. I will say this though, is that sometimes the people that are like your true family members are your best friends, if that makes sense. Like there are friends that are much, you know, better people than sometimes your family members. So I'm sorry that your family members, some of your family members are toxic like that to you. We basically have everything. When I visit my family, we basically have everything. Marios, oh, Marios is his name in Greek. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, TJ. Well, the thing is, though, is that most foreigners would call Poland Eastern Europe, but most Polish people would probably say it's Central Europe. Thank you, Raiden. Yeah, my mom would help me out a lot. Yes, I'll do a video on him, Curiosity. What would you say to your brother if you see him again? Well, I wouldn't say anything because I wouldn't see him again. I have no interest in seeing him. But, yeah, I will say, though, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he saw me, if he tried to guilt trip me for money. I wouldn't be surprised if he did that. Which is one game you want remastered? Mercenaries Playground Destruction. Yeah, Michael. Some people that I've known on PlayStation have been better friends to me than people that I've known in real life. Well, there's it's a really toxic backstory. Curiosity, I explained it like a couple minutes ago. If you go back like 10 minutes ago, I explained it, but it's just very toxic relationship. He's my half brother. Makes sense, but don't forget he's your brother, I guess. But he's long forgotten that I'm his brother, and also I'm his younger brother. That's the thing is though, is by logic is he should be the one reaching out to me. That's the thing about it.
Some loose-tongued crook kept talking to the law, so they made him food for the buzzards.
Oh, these cards suck. What GTA do you think was the most realistic or got crime to the real-life scale? GTA 4. GTA 4 is the most realistic one. I mean, don't give up, fan. You'll probably meet somebody one day. Where is Carcer City supposed to be? Most people believe that it's Detroit. My half-brother's a varsity narcissist. 6 and 8. Oh, this bandana is annoying wearing this in first person. Blocks your view. I shouldn't have put on the bandana. Thank you, Mark. I'm sorry about your family, Patrick. Blood related or not, they should never treat you like that. Well, thank you. Okay, this will be my last hand. Let's see if I can get anything good. 8 and 6. Let's see. What does he have? 9 and 9. Okay, let's see. I'm screwed, probably. Yeah. Screwed. Okay. They did, Anthony. If I get the chance to Hustler, this is a lot of projects and a lot of games I'm doing right now. I don't know. It's he hasn't reached out to me in 15 years. I don't think it's gonna happen. KM, but I appreciate it. We care for you, Pat. Coming to these live streams like watching a good friend play. Thank you. Thank you, big man. And thank you. I can relate having a toxic family member. I really don't feel free from my half siblings too. I'll still I'm gonna. I guess we'll wrap up the stream here. Before I go, I'll answer a few questions before I go. Does anybody want to ask me anything before I go here?
What's gotten into you? I don't want any more issues with you.
What's in the fridge? I don't know. I'll have to see. Maybe I'll make a sandwich before I go to sleep. Half brother and half sister. Well, I hope that you feel better, fan, and know that there's you can talk to me anytime. How's the food compared in the Midwest compared to New York? Well, a lot of the food that I get in New York I can get here too, but there's also good food here. I like the pies in the Midwest. Those I like. Is there a video game character more psychopathic than Dmitry Raskolov? Yes. When I make my video top 10 most evil characters in crime games, you'll see a character is even worse than Dmitry, a criminal. Ever tried Indian food? No, I don't think I actually have. I'm down to try Indian food, but I don't think I've ever actually had it. I ain't been in this stream in a year. Might be another before my next. Stay safe. Oh, thank you. I play. Thank you for coming by. I mean, look, Zach. Pro, you are my cousin. Everyone's my cousin. Big Smoke. Would you do a poll, whatever you would react to Hell of a Boss episodes, plus your knowledge of criminal organizations, law enforcement history, would provide an interesting take than other YouTubers? I could look into it one day. Have I ever been in East Germany? I've never been to Germany. But you mean Eastern Germany then, because East Germany isn't a country anymore, though. I'll see you, Mark. Take care. Try samosa and butter chicken must. Okay. Thank you, fan. I could play the Condemned games one day. Okay, guys, so I guess I'll be, I guess oh, when the next San Andreas part, later today is the next San Andreas part. I'm stationed in Germany right now. It's a nice country. Everything closes super early here, though. Yeah, people go to sleep earlier in Europe than they do in America. Where's Tony in the event of San Andreas? Probably hiding out in another city. But I guess we'll be going here, guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thank you for watching the stream. If you guys enjoyed the stream, do drop a like. And I will see you guys on the next one. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend.